Welcome to the developer update from the Tau team for October. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Karim for his overview this month.
Thank you, Fola, and hello, everyone, and welcome to the development team's update for the month of October. On the TML side, Tomasz has updated the TML IDE that you all know and love to use, and he fixed a few bugs in the IDE itself and updated it to the latest version of the TML runtime. He's also been working on the parsing library with Umar and Ohad, and he's implemented conjunction and negation of matched alternates. He's also working on supporting conjunction and negation of more complex production rules by storing them in a disjunctive normal form, or a DNF. David has also been continuing his work on the TML code base, refactoring it and eliminating dependency between its major modules like the IR builder and the tables module itself. And he's also moving the dependency between built-ins and tables as well. So major refactoring of the TML code base, but it's all making the code base that much more scalable and stable. Juan has been working on first order logic. I've also asked him to start helping me on documenting that, which is a good exercise, and he's been doing that as well. He's also been looking on the side on other SMT solvers and comparing them to TML, and both in terms of validity by comparing the outputs, but also in terms of performance. So that's going to be an interesting result of that. Luca has been on vacation for the first couple of weeks in October, but he's come back, hit the ground running, continued his work on the 2CNF extraction for the BDD libraries, and doing that using canonical implementation of a persistent graph structure and supporting dynamic transitive reductions. He's also been working with Lewis on the MSO lectures and Ohad as well. On the Agoras Live side, Andre has fixed a lot of issues with the applications, together working with our QA engineer, who's been very productive at producing issues. He's fixed some issues with the calendar, and he actually ended up replacing the calendar component with a more recent component, and which has improved the functionality and stability of the application quite a bit. He's also reworked the appointment code and is working on an API, exposing some of that functionality as an API. He's also researching ways of connecting the Agoras Live to decentralized exchanges, like you heard from an earlier Q&A response. So that's it for the update for the month of October. I turn it over to the team members, each one to give you a more in-depth overview of what they've been up to.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Karim. I'll pass it over to Luis for his update for the month. Cheers.
Hi, everybody. I've been working on semantics for standard first-order logic, and also on tree automata with local and global constraints. That's all.
All right, great stuff. And David, if you could tell us your update for this month, that would be fantastic. Cheers.
Thanks, Fola. Hi, everyone. This month, as Karim said, I've been continue working in the refactoring of the source code of TML. Basically, what I've been doing is just to remove dependencies between the different modules that we have. For example, we have tables, which is the module that talk with the BDD library in order to execute the TML programs. We also have the IR builder, which is the module that interact with let's say, the source code and build an intermediate representation of the TML programs and so forth. So at the end, what I've been doing is just to clean the dependencies between all those modules in order to have a layered architecture. So it's easy to evolve, it's easy to change. It gives us a more robust approach for the product. And that's mostly what I've been doing. And right now, what I'm doing is just test all the changes and fixing the bugs that appear. And that's what I'm doing this month. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, David. I'll pass it over to Andre for his update for this month. Cheers.
Hello, everyone. This month we continue testing Agoras Live with tester, and this month we were testing the most significant part of Agoras Live, which is appointments and crypto payments and video conferencing. Tester produced a bunch of issues. I had to fix them all. Also, I found some unfixable issues with the old calendar application that we used, so I had to update it to the next major version, and that involved a lot of refactoring the code because API of the calendar has changed. But now I have much more stable and better looking working cross-platformly calendar, which is very good. And also I continue trying to find a better way to attach Agoras Live to decentralized exchanges for swapping Agoras tokens back and forth. Yeah, next month I hope we will finish finally testing Agoras Live. I really looking forward for it. So that's it. See you next month. Thank you, everyone.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Andre. And I'll pass it over to Luca for his update this month.
Thank you very much, Paula. Hello, everyone. As Karim mentioned, I got back to the two CNF extractions and in particular to the data structure that will store implicational chains. And the main focus this month has been to get an efficient transitive reduction algorithm in place in the presence of persistent, as this data split graph data structure is a persistent and canonical one, which is needed for the correct interaction with the BDD data structure. And yeah, that's it from me. Thank you. And I'll pass it back to Paula.
Thank you very much, Luca. And I'll pass it straight over to Juan for his update for the month.
Thank you, Fola, and hi, everybody. Yes, as Karim pointed out, I kept working in different aspects of first order logic. As we mentioned last month, we have in development version 2 of the solver. But yeah, I shift a little bit the focus to documentation, to review syntax and some of its semantics. And basically what I'm doing is to work out some tests that will be a bit more meaningful to eventual end users and serve basically as a user guide or to learn actually the first order logic capabilities in a simple way, rather than with the more abstract tests that we already use to test as a regression suites to test the functionality of the solver. And also I having also doing some work with over SMT solvers, doing some experimentation with CBC5 and with Q3B, which is an SMT solver based on BDDs as well. So I'm learning about its internals and looking forward to use this experience in order to come with a more performant test for TML, and also, as Karim pointed out, to use them to validate any output of our solver as we test it with more complex tests. So in general, that's what I have been doing this month, and thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
That's all right, thank you so much. And last but not least, Ahad, please tell us how your month has been and your updates. Thank you.
Well, I continued working on the Tau language, on the knowledge representation front with Professor Pavel Paris, and on the temporal front with Professor Falconi, which is a bit weird because Professor Falconi is an expert in knowledge representation and Pavel Paris is an expert in temporal logics, but I guess that's very good that each gets into the other guy's field and we make a very nice progress.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you to you for joining in, tuning in, giving us questions on the Q&A and being part of a fantastic community. And we will see you in Telegram and on Twitter and on Reddit. And yeah, please continue to the next one. We'll see you again. Cheers. Bye.